I think I should switch my shirt. Nah. What's going on, party people? It's your boy, Just Jordan here, back again with another moment with Jay. Um, yeah, man, it's been a it's been a challenging last 5 weeks or whatever it has been. Um, and I say that not to be negative, but I say that to kind of lead into what I wanted to talk about first. I have this, and I talk about it all the time, this super strong vision, and it kind of drives everything that I do. And it's always to lead with love. To me, my whole spirituality or whatever. People are like, how are you so nice and kind and calm all the time? And it's because, man, I think without going into too much depth into things, I guess is like I believe that God and love are kind of interchangeable words, and um, I'm always leading with love, and and trying to be more vulnerable, and because that seems to be a strength and a weakness. Anyways, so I've been doing this fundraiser, and it's interesting because the fundraiser, um, I've done dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of fundraisers over the last decade and a half where I've raised money for the Paralympics, for inner city schools, for the Stollery, all I'm telling you, all kinds of things. I've done benefit concerts, I've done um, boot camps, so not only have I donated my skills, I've donated my art. And so one thing I thought has been interesting is there hasn't been a lot of hate. There hasn't been a lot of hate at all. But there's been a couple. Right out the gates there was, and just recently there was some more hate about about the fundraiser I'm doing for my mom. And it makes me sick to my stomach that these people are hating. I'm just like, man, what? Do y'all not know what a fundraiser is? It's like y'all like I'm out here prostituting myself for drugs or something. Like I'm just like, huh? There's female rappers out here shaking their ass for streams. I'm out here telling my honest and true story for support, and people are like, "It's a bad look, bro. It's a bad look, bro." I'm like, huh? Huh? What you saying, you asshole? Man, there's motherfuckers, politicians, the snakes of this motherfucking snakes out here fundraising, fundraising, so that they can lie to your face. I'm out here telling everyone the exact truth and honesty, and I'm getting shit on. And but I say all of that to say that as soon as I start to receive hate for stuff, I'm like, okay, I made something that's worth it. Because if everyone likes it, I don't know, man. And if everyone hates it, I don't know, man. But when there's more love than there is hate, I'm like, okay, that's the sweet spot. So it's just been crazy. I just people's perception of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to. My mom is very, very sick, and I'm just trying to make sure that she's okay. And it's hard to balance these things. It's as simple as that. But there's been some crazy, amazing people. People are sharing the post. We have 41 albums sold. We have the goal is 300 and $50,000, and people have been very supportive, very amazing. It's just again, it's like I just don't understand. Are people so I don't know. It just blows my mind. Why would you hate on someone trying to take care of the family like that? And yeah, it's just wild. No respect for that. It's like, man, no one's hating on these politicians or like firefighters selling sexy calendars uh for charity or their fire station or what. I was just like, huh? Why are you hating on the independent artist trying to support the family? Huh? Huh? Anyways, no respect. The motherfuckers that messaged me lost all my respect. That's all I'm gonna say. And they're the motherfuckers that never bought anything from me over the years anyway. So it's like, bruh, can't even like a fucking. Anyways, anyways, I say all of this. I didn't mean to start off so hated, but sometimes it gets to you and it gets to you mentally. Oh man, I gotta check and make sure that this is recording. Hold man, I've too many a times. Anyway, so if you want to donate, www.primepurposemovement.ca/donate to buy a vinyl or to just donate any little bit that you can. I've received some messages from people and it's been astonishing. It's also crazy that, it seems like people with less resources want to do the most, and help the most. And it's just it's interesting to see. I've never done anything quite like this. Yeah, I've done a lot of fundraisers, but they've been more events, not just like a longer kind of 8 week campaign, 7 week campaign. So it's been interesting to see how people have been reacting. Lots of love, lots of love. um but it's crazy, man. I'll always remember now, when I've reached out for help, who has helped and who hasn't, and that's something I will carry forward. I've been too nice and too kind, not too nice, too kind, but I have been, where it's definitely been a crutch for me. And I've been foolish, and I've talked about this before. Too optimistic and too put too much faith in people sometimes, but um I'm learning, I'm growing, and I still lead with love. Anyways, I say all of this to say I was feeling down. I was feeling unmotivated. I was like, man, how am I gonna pull this off? And I'm still thinking of that, and I'm still trying to be like, how can I, I've messaged, and I want to say this, I want to shout out the moon. They're helping me, they're collecting money for us, and they're part of the team, and they've been right out the gates they've been supporting me and this campaign. So shout out to y'all, and shout out to Brooke and Canvas, is what her Instagram is. She is doing a flash tattoo fundraiser on the 24th of August. And so you can go get a tattoo, and the proceeds go to helping my mom and the fundraiser. So that's also fucking super cool, because she's changed some of the lyrics and took some motivation from the music and from my mom, and made some really cool pieces of art from that. So that's super cool. So that's what I'm saying. There's some really amazing people out here. I've tried to reach out to people in like the government for help on just like some shout outs or some resources. Never heard back from any of them. My MLA. It's just disheartening when you're trying to actually get some help and nobody is. It's like, what are these systems actually set up for? It's disheartening. And I know there's many people in my situation and many people even worse off. And it's just like, what are y'all doing, man? But anyways, I was feeling, and this is why my main vision, better art and healthier people will change the world, is such an important thing to me, because it's such an impactful thing to me. And um, I want to read y'all. And what I mean by that, art is, content, the reels you watch, the music you listen to, the books you read, the TV shows you watch are all part of the art. And you know better art and healthier people will change the world. I actually am even working on, that's the vision of Prime Purpose Movement, and the mission now. So that's the vision: better art and healthier people will change the world. And the mission now is to provide products and services that nourish humans. And it's too early to talk about what else I'm working on right now, because I don't know when it will start to take fruition. But I'm working on some things in the background to, again, really, always more music. That's better art. That's always what I'm working on too. And I hope to eventually get more artists and of different, not even just music, but of all kinds, and that believe in the same vision, and I believe align with that. But this is years and years to come. Um, but better art is one thing, and healthier people. It's like I drink black coffee because cream and sugar is shit. I fast, I eat clean. I'm trying to drop weight, get strong. It's all for mental health and well being. The better I am, the better I can help assist other people in this world. But anyways, I was feeling unmotivated, and and now this is from a couple days ago. I read the Daily Stoic every day, but I was feeling hopeless. I was like, man, I still got so much of this goal that I'm trying to hit. How do I hit it? And I'm going to read y'all this passage. The Daily Stoic, August 6th is when it's from. There is always more room to maneuver than you think. Apply yourself to thinking through difficulties. Hard times can be softened, tight squeezes widened, and heavy loads made lighter for those who can apply the right pressure. Seneca. Have you ever been hopelessly losing a game, then suddenly broke wide open and you won? Remember that time when you thought you were certain to fail the test, but with an all-nighter and some luck you managed to eke out a decent score. That hunch you pursued that others would have given up on, that turned out brilliantly. Is that the kind of energy and creativity, and above all, faith in yourself that you need right now? Defeatism won't get you anywhere except defeat. But focusing your entire effort on the little bit of room, the tiny scrap of an opportunity, is your best shot. There was a feeling. If you did everything, you could win. Everything. Or as Marcus Aurelius put it, if it's humanly possible, you can do it. Now, man, that was so motivational. I'm sitting here contemplating, man, I'm not gonna hit this goal. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be kind of messed up. I really need to hit this, or I don't know where things are gonna lead, and blah 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 blah. Then I read this, and I'm like, I could sit here and think, oh, woe is me, blah 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 blah, or I can be like, right, let's fucking figure this out. And so that's what I be doing. And then I also, this is why, man. I also was listening to the new DJ Mustard album. Interesting fact: did you know DJ Mustard, Mustard on the beat, ho? That's his tag. But did you know that his first name is Dijon? That's why he's DJ Mustard. His actual name is Dijon. I was like, bruh, that's genius. Fucking genius. But he just dropped a track, or he just dropped an album. And just to kind of put it out there, DJ Mustard did all kinds of stuff. Tracks with Nipsey Hussle. His biggest claim to fame recently was he's the producer on They Not Like Us. They not like us. They not like us. Once upon a time, all of us was in check. The Kendrick Lamar song, the diss track with Drizzy. Um, that was Mustard on the beat, ho. Anyways, so he dropped an album called "Faith of a Mustard Seed," Pretty cool album. Lots of Travis Scott, Future, all kinds of Lil Durk, all kinds of people. But the last song is "Pray for Me," and it's like a 10-minute track, and he just goes off and about never giving up, and again, this is why I'm like better art is such an important play. So between and I it was both. I was listening to that album and I was reading this in the same day, and I was just like, all right, man, things aren't gonna be easy, but we can figure these motherfucking things out. I'm a human. This is very possible. It's very possible. I just need a couple of things to click and to take off, and then bam, maybe I can make a better piece of content. Maybe I can tweak the proposal for the sponsorship. Maybe I can send more emails. Maybe I can, there's all these possibilities. Do I know which one's the right answer? No. Does anybody? I don't think so, but this is why we keep trying things. It's not like I'm out here doing nothing. And yeah, so it's brought me a lot of faith. It's like, yeah, especially that daily stoic. It's like, what if I could blow this thing wide the fuck open? It's like, yeah, I only got, 3 more weeks to hit this goal, but it's like, what if I motherfucking hit this goal? Oof. Also, on a brighter note, hilarious. The lights seem to be working much better. I knew it was because it was so hot in here. Shout out the podcast with Justin a few weeks ago. The lights kept shutting off and on, but it's because the motherfucking it was so hot in here. Now it's kind of cool and chill. Um, yeah, I know that kind of started heavy, and I kind of wanted it to because I've been feeling heavy, and and yeah, we working. But on a lighter note, not the lights. I was walking. I've been trying to hit 10,000 steps, and I have been hitting 10,000 steps a day on top of everything else. Because I'm trying to cut weight, get shredded. If y'all don't know, I've been eating one meal a day for the last almost 300 days, and the goal is to get down to like 175. We've already lost about 30 something pounds, almost 40 pounds, and just trying to get super super shredded. And take a comparison photo because I competed in men's physique about 10 about a decade ago. Um. Anyways, I was walking down the street and there was these two kids on bikes, 10, 12 year olds. I'm bad with guessing people's ages, and these kids they they saying goodbye and whatever, and I'm just like walking by, and the one kid's like, "Okay, I'll see you later," and like goes to take off on his bike, and he's like, "Yeah, see you later, you big pussy." And I'm walking right by them, and I try my motherfucking best not to die laughing. And we talk about all these kids and stuff now being PC and politically correct and all that. And I don't know what it was about that moment, but it just gave me so much hope for the future. It was so funny. Um, if y'all don't know, I'm in my like 30s now. Well, I'm 30, and I say this because I was chilling out on the couch after a long day, just kind of scrolling TikTok or whatever fucking app I was on, and I was sitting up, kind of flipping, just killing time, and I saw this dude. He's like, "I'm about to make the best sandwich, my favorite sandwich," and I was like, "Hold up." And what I did was I got more comfortable and I laid down on the couch. I was like, I gotta watch this, and I laid down on the couch and I started watching this, and I paused it, and I thought to myself, is this what getting older is? Is getting older watching people make sandwiches, but I can't be sitting up because I'm gonna be exhausted. you know, watching this if I'm sitting up. I gotta lay down to watch this, And I was like, is this what getting old is? Is this what it is? I don't know, man. I just thought it was funny. I was like, what the fuck am I doing right now? Did I just lay down to watch this dude make a sandwich? And I did. And then I watched it and I was like, damn, that's a good sandwich. I'm glad I watched this. Get and this leads me actually to another point. I was chatting with my twin brother Brandon the other day, and I know I talked about this a couple times. But I've been really into this dude tasting history. It's on YouTube. He kind of like makes old school. It's like, oh yeah, this is what the Greeks ate when they were going to war, or whatever the fuck, anything like that. Any kind of old. This is what medieval kings ate, or whatever. And I was showing him, and he's like, it was kind of later at night, and he was like, "Oh, look at this one. It says the real history of deep dish pizza." Brandon loves pizza. Loves. I like pizza too, but he fucking him and my dad and Ella, they all fucking really love pizza. I like pizza too. Just they love it. Um, and he's like, "Ah, oh, man, I want to watch this, but I can't watch it at night. It just makes me hungry." And I was like, bro, bet. I'm the same way. I can't be watching these delicious food videos at night, or I just want to eat. So what I started doing is I only watched the gross ones. Like the other night, I watched, I think it's called black broth. It's what the Spartans used to eat. And it's basically like blood and vinegar and pork fat, and it's like black, black, black. But because I think it's interesting to see what people used to eat and what we in compared to what we eat now, and see where dishes come from and whatever, whatever, whatever. It's just an interest of mine. And so yeah, that's why I was just like, bro, I like to watch gross things. Not gross, because I can't do gross. That's a big thing about me. If you don't know me, man, I don't do gross and I don't do motherfucking scary. Those are two. Nah, nah, no gross, no scary. I don't do like fart jokes even, or any. Not it's. I don't know. It's just how I'm made, how I'm built. I'm built different. I'm scared and I get grossed out. Uh, I'm also having one of those days where I just woke up fucking super tired, and this is like my third or fourth cup of coffee, and it's only like 10 a.m. But I just had to I have to keep myself going. I got stuff to do, I got goals to hit, I got things, there's so much to do. And so I appreciate y'all bearing with me on this day. We making through. We are gonna eventually get some people on the podcast again too. There's been a bunch of people reaching out. Um, Even if the views are kind of down on YouTube, it doesn't really matter because the clips have been doing so well, and the clips always do well. So people always see some of the clips and they're like, man, I've been getting a lot of really good feedback. I've been dropping some freestyles too. I got a bunch of songs locked. Obviously, I got two albums dropping: Olympus 2, and then I'm working on a bunch of songs specifically just for sync. Those songs might come out eventually later on, but I've been working on a bunch of music just for sync placement too. But I know I haven't been releasing a whole bunch of music, but it's because obviously I haven't been able to just be out here promoting music all the time too, because I got to hit these other goals. So I just been producing and dropping like freestyles. I did like a 300 bar freestyle in order to try to, raise awareness that I'm trying to do 300 vinyls. That was fucking crazy. It took me a little while to write those bars. So the 300 bar freestyle, and then it's called the Spartan. Clever, I know. The album's called Olympus. 300 bars, 300 vinyls. I'm a genius, And I'm also impressed that these lights haven't shut off even once. And then I just dropped another freestyle called FOMO Freestyle. Man, I am not to toot my own horn, but holy shit. I always think about um, I've always had to produce and stuff mix master all of that my own self, simply because I haven't had the money to invest in, producers. And yeah, I have done tracks with other artists and producers and mixing and mastering engineers. I've worked with NATO and uh, the dudes from Velveteen Audio, which is no longer around, but those guys are still making music. And all kinds of my boy Andrew Menzak. I've worked with, and then the homie Mojito mastering all the way out in Toronto. He did the masters for the vinyl, but a lot of the stuff. I bit my tongue. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Anyways, a lot of the music I have to mix, master, produce, write, record everything myself. And the FOMO freestyle, I boom, I found the samples, made some drums, mix, master, recorded, boom, put it out, made a video. And I'm just like, man, if I could just focus on rapping and I could get other people to produce, and I could rap my fucking ass off. But because of necessity, I've had to learn how to do all the other things, and which has been a blessing because now I have a better understanding, and now I do have a passion for making beats and everything. But my true passion really lies with rapping, Um, so I hope I could eventually get to a place where I can be working and have my own team, and then I could be cranking out projects and things really, really, really fast. But you know, um, that's just what it is and what it is right now, which is cool. Which is cool with me. It's just what we're striving to do, and I hope to eventually even just upgrade my gear. This computer, the mouse don't work on it anymore, and at least I got some big ass speakers though. You know, grateful for all of the things that I have and all the things that I know. We got big goals, and but one thing I want to end this podcast on is I have a homie. He's a pretty good homie, and he's super gay, super gay. And yeah, it's important to the story. He has me as a as a friend on his like private Instagram story. And this guy lives a pretty cool life. He's always traveling and eating cool foods, but don't he's also very gay. And so I'll click on it, you'll see the little green thing, and I click on it, and it's usually like these crazy dishes or these crazy views or whatever. But every once in a while, man's just got the gayest the gayest thing on his story, you know? And like the other day, because it's the Olympics, and the one dude, I don't know if y'all seen it. I've seen it because I clicked on homie's story, and he was pole vaulting, and his dick hit the pole and knocked it off, and he lost and whatever. Man's got a video on his story where it just keeps zooming into this dude's dick knocking it, and I was just like, this fucking dude, bro. It's just like you don't think about it sometimes, and I was just like, oh, I'm just like, bro, I expect some kind of like fucking a nice picture of a cheesecake, and it's just some dude's dick. It's just so funny, so funny. Uh, Anywho, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna keep this one kind of just short. I got a lot of other things I got to do today, and my mom's still not feeling good, so I just want to make sure that I'm around and everything. So again, we're doing a fundraiser until August 31st. Please pick up a vinyl if you could. Um, or any other donation really matters. If you know any kind of company or anyone that would be willing to support, it'd be really cool. Anyone donating a larger amount, we are putting their name either inside or a special shout out on the very back of the vinyl too, like a record label or something like that would do. So I think it's really cool. Every vinyl goes into the care of my mom and making sure that we can take care of her and all of that. And so if you can, please go grab a vinyl, donate, share, yeah, all that good stuff. Um, I hope that you are surrounded by love. I hope that you can find gratitude even in the darkest and hardest times in your life. And I hope you achieve all the things you hope to achieve in this life. Anyways, more love, more success. This has been A Moment with Jay.